This is Western Kansas Prepper here. A little update to my garden. Here's my basil on my windowsill. Got some more growing here. My chives did not make it, so I don't know what I did wrong there, but I did something wrong. It's always a learning experience. Got some stuff here. Some this is oregano and regular chives that I just bought from the store. It's like $1 a piece. These are the ones I grew from seed. Some of them are looking a little ragged. I think it'll be better when I get those in the ground. Probably about ready to go in the ground. I've already put some of them in the ground. I was kind of worried about the last frost date, according to the almanac, but this year's so much warmer. Cut my weeds here, obviously. That I think we can all start a little early this year. Probably be safe. What I wanted to show you here, I think one of the mistakes that most beginning gardeners make, and I certainly made, is overwatering. And with my lazy man's garden here, as I've shown you, we right now have these soaker hoses going through here, and they're soaking up. They are watering. There's this natural lettuce here that grew. I didn't even plant this from last year. This is butter crunch, I think, but it's doing pretty well. This potato, no potatoes have broken through yet. I only planted those a couple weeks ago. These onions are starting to thrive a little bit. They're doing pretty well. So, good for them. And my pepper plant's still doing okay. Going over here, this is where I planted some of those seedlings, which are doing okay. They're not. They need a little more water, which is why it came out here. So I'm going to put this soaker hose a little closer to them. But one thing you can do is get one of these meters. And this thing only cost me like $3 or $4, I think, at the hardware store or something. If you're not sure how much you're watering, if you're overwatering, you just take this. I can show you here on the potato soil. I'm just going to stick it in there. You stick it down to the root level, and it tells you how moist. You want to be in that green zone. You don't want to be blue, which is too wet. You don't want to be too dry. This is right on the border of wet and dry, so it needs a little bit of water. Some of these, though, at this point I probably will check and they'll be overwatered. See here, my Swiss chard is coming up pretty good. That other lettuce is coming up pretty good now. Even the stuff that was looking bad a couple weeks ago is looking good. So that's good. This red lettuce is looking good. These are the seedlings I had planted, or the seeds I planted. And I'll probably, once these get a little bigger, I want to thin them out a little bit because they'll be competing for the same root space. So I'll have to pick and choose which ones I think look the healthiest. Same with these over here. These are beets and radishes. I'll need to thin those quite a bit. Take that out of there. This is the arugula from last year, which already flowered. Probably don't need the flowers on there. I don't want it to seed necessarily yet, so I'm going to pluck those off. Once it seeds, that's Mother Nature's way of saying you don't need to grow anymore. So, might as well get rid of them, see how many more I can get. Although I got some good lettuce there for salad. This is some of that ivy that came through, which I need to get rid of. So that'll go. But again, I'll take my moisture meter here. It's very inexpensive. Just you stick it down to the root level and look at that. That one's close to wet. I don't even have the soaker hose sitting on that one, so that one's probably even wetter. But if I stick that one in there, it's really wet. See, that's wet. Just about wet. So these got plenty, which I kind of figured. Again, usually overwatering is the downfall of beginning gardeners, because that's what to do, is to water them, give them fertilizer. But too much water and you are damaging the roots. The roots need a little bit of room to breathe, room to grow. I threw some of my grass clippings from our front yard in here. My rose bush is doing okay. Not that that's a SHTF phenomenon. I mean, you don't need roses for SHTF, but you can see a lot of them are starting to bud. And again, and there's one that already grew right there. That one will be going to my girlfriend's house tonight. She said she liked this plant, so I guess I got a couple. I got another one right under there. So a couple of early rose blooms there. I got a tomato plant right here. And this is good because I don't have any soaker hose over here. So it'll be interesting. So I want to know how moist this tomato plant is. Again, you stick it near the roots. You don't want to damage the roots, but you stick it near, and that's real dry. So I definitely need to water over here, which I'll do after I get done with my soaker hose over there. So, just again, simple tool, $4, great help to you. Beginning gardeners, use this, and it will make the job a little easier.